Hi everyone, I'm Krista Seiden, Analytics Advocate at Google, and today I'm joined by Mary Pishney, who is a Product Manager on Google Data Studio. Thank you so much for joining us, Mary.
Thank you for having me.
Mary is here to talk about a topic that I hear often as a marketer and as an analyst, and that is, I have so many different data sources, I just want to see them all in the same graph.
Yep.
And in Data Studio, that is called data blending, and I'm really excited for Mary to show us what it's about.
Yes. Krista, this was one of the most requested things we heard from our users is we need an easy way to combine data.
Yep.
So we worked really hard on this feature and are happy to have it be available to you in your accounts today. And I'll show you just how easy it is to click a couple graphs and then combine that data together.
Awesome.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so what you're seeing on the screen is a report in Data Studio. So I'm in edit mode so I can configure things here. And you'll notice that I have my Campaign Manager data, my Google Ads data, and even my Facebook Ads data all together in one report. So we've talked about this a little bit, but even this is a great win. So we can start monitoring this data all in one place.
Totally. I mean, Campaign Manager, Google Ads, those are Google products, but then we have Facebook ad data, which is a totally separate ecosystem.
Yep.
All within the same report, which that alone is powerful.
Very powerful. So if you're curious, the Facebook ads data is coming in through our community connector, which you can take a look at to bring in data from outside of the Google ecosystem. So what about the ask that Krista was talking about, which is I now want to combine this all in one chart so I can really see this data side by side and have that context. So let me show you how easy it is to blend this data together. First, you can select a chart on your page, and then go ahead and just select the additional charts that you want to combine together. So I've selected all three, and then I'm going to right click, and you'll see here, we hit it for you, but it's all the way down at the bottom. It says blend data. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new chart for you. I'll go ahead and pull it down here. And you'll start noticing that I now have all three sets of data side by side. Now what this data is showing is our impressions over time. So if I switch to view mode really quickly, I can take a quick look at impressions by individual platform, or I can look at them all together.
And this is incredible because not only do you have all of this data now in the same graph, but you also see the scale of this data compared to one another. So you don't have to think about it in your head. It's right there visually for you to be able to analyze and show to you all of your different stakeholders.
Yes. Now, let me show you something else that's pretty cool. So I've already combined this data together in just a couple clicks, so I didn't have to write any formulas or write any joins in SQL. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to copy this chart. I'm going to drag it down a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and switch this, we call it visualization switching, over to a table. Let's give that a second to load. Cool. So now this is the same data, but it's in table form. Great. Okay, here's the next question. I now want to see a total set of impressions per date that we served. So what we can do is we can go over here to say add metric, and we're going to actually create a new metric on the fly. So I'm going to go ahead and say create field, and I'm going to say this is called total impressions. And what I want to do is add Campaign Manager plus Google ad impressions plus Facebook impressions, and it's going to do a quick validation to make sure it's valid, and then we're going to go ahead and say apply, and we'll now add that new field directly into our table. So let me go ahead and resize this so it's a little bit easier to see. And voila, now we not only have all this data side by side, but we can also now create calculations on top of it, which makes it incredibly powerful.
That's amazing. And that's all done within this table. You didn't have to edit any data sources or anything like that. It was on the fly in the table.
Yeah, which makes it nice because as your data updates, that'll be reflected here. So you don't need to manually make any changes as your new data comes in.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for showing us how to blend our data and make it so much more useful for our teams. I think this is a really, really great addition to Data Studio, and I'm excited for you guys to all try it out. So thank you so much.
Thank you.